Cool beans, can you hear me? This is what a podcast sounds like. Whoop-de-whoop, suck my balls and stuff.
This is what it sounds like.
When we podcast.
Sued.
What up, Chip and Chaps? This is Chip and Chap Chat, episode 18. We're doing this super duper late. It is 2:51 in the AM.
Cool beans.
We got some shit to
Talk about.
First up, what do you want? Do we even want to do it in this order? We didn't really talk about that.
You know what? This sort of works. It's pretty, no, the Batman casting is at the end.
Okay. That's
What the fuck? I didn't even see the Spidey part.
You told me to add it.
I did, but I didn't
The
realize
fucking
you just popped it
lenses.
in the end. Yeah, well, since we said Spidey, let's go with that one first.
You want to do that one first? Okay.
Absolutely.
So, we'll have to include a link to this artwork if we can find it.
If I can find it again.
Or at least the tweets.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. The Russo brothers.
Right.
On
Okay.
Twitter.
So that's also weird. What do the fucking Russo brothers have to do with this? Other than that, they put that stuff out. They're not directing it.
Civil War.
Oh right, because Spidey's gonna be there first.
Yes.
Think we'll have both suits in Civil War, or we'll just get the first homemade suit.
I think we should get the homemade one.
Okay. So anyway, the Russo brothers tweeted out some pictures. Some random pictures.
random.
One of them definitely looks like a small segment of Spider-Man's costume.
Yeah. Like there was red and blue,
Right.
which looked like a basketball.
And it looked
So,
like
you know that
the
was-
weave
yeah.
material. It does look like fabric this time.
It does.
Instead
it
of
does,
just
but
rubber.
Whenever I say basketball, you know
Right.
what I mean.
It's the
those
superhero
textures.
texture.
Exactly. It's now dubbed as a superhero
Right.
texture.
I was talking to Kanoy about this too. Not to go off on a huge
No,
tangent.
it's cool. It's cool.
But I was asking her how she feels about the texture stuff because I'm not a fan. I don't think every costume needs that.
I think it's garbage.
Yeah.
I think it's lazy.
Yeah. I think that, I guess I get it when they're like, you don't want it to look flat. Like, people talk about Brandon Routh's Superman outfit because it didn't really have a texture to it so much.
If you look closer, it had all those Superman symbols.
Right, if you look really close.
That which is worse.
Yeah.
That to me, that is
'Cause it's pointless.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that one from far away, you can't see any texture on that one at all.
But dude, original Superman. He's all flat colors and he's still iconic as shit.
But I mean of the modern day costumes where they have the actual like 3-dimensional shield.
Or you can
that
fucking
pops
have that's why I always find that weird.
Right.
Or you can be like X-Men and just fucking leather everything. With maybe a yellow
I
highlight.
feel like that would be weird on a Superman though.
Black leather. If it was electric Superman. Or when he came back and resurrected version.
Gross. Nope. Anyway, so they put out pictures of the Spider-Man costume. We think, I'm pretty positive it couldn't really be
It's
anybody
just like,
else's costume.
in the end, like usually these articles will begin like, from Reddit. I'm just
Right.
like, okay, it's probably a Reddit.
I'm gonna look at it again because it kind of looks like a similar fabric to what Cap's costume is made out of.
Maybe. What do you think if it was like cosplay they talk down and just, I don't know, like
If it was cosplay, I don't know, dude.
cosplay, because to me, like cosplay, the idea of the cosplay thing is not as. Then again, Daredevil ran around and just like fucking whatever wear.
Right.
So Spidey, if Daredevil, then again, like Spidey would do more crazy as shit because he's capable of taking hits.
He's capable of taking crazy hits.
That's why. So like
And
he'd be like tearing, he'd be tearing his clothes
exactly.
apart.
Especially if it's just cosplay, like
Absolutely,
cheap material.
yeah, full on. Like the fabric would just seams would just bust
But-
and stuff.
Just because he can take huge hits doesn't mean he's gonna fight anybody that's super crazy at first.
We don't know.
I imagine he's mostly fighting like, bank robbers and.
What if he actually was in the background of the Chitauri attack?
That makes him like kind of old. When was When was Avengers? 2012.
Yeah.
If he's supposed to be 14 now, he was 11 when that happened.
Who the fuck knows, man? We don't know when he got his spider
But
power.
that would have looked really bizarre. 11-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. I never know. Kid fucking just he looks like an like. Again, we don't exactly know since they're skipping the origins,
Right.
he became Spider-Man a lot younger than a teenager.
I don't know, man. He could have been Spider-Man for a year.
Oh, really?
We don't know.
I guess, maybe. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, like, rumors only got out now, though.
Right.
So, has he been doing shit for a year?
I think so, probably. But, you know, the stuff where I'm sneaking out at night and fighting dudes in the alleys kind of crap. Either way, again, on these pictures, they released some pictures. One of them looks like this is probably the Spider-Man outfit. One of the pictures, though, looks like a plastic, like, goggles with, like, segmented, like, lenses.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a white Spider-Man eye under it.
Yeah.
And you said the rumor is that that's for emoting?
Emoting, yeah. The lenses would assist in emoting.
If that is the case,
Yeah.
is exciting to me just because if the shitty Spider-Man costume...
Made by Pete. With the things that he's capable of gathering.
Right. If his concept of his Spider-Man suit emotes... If his concept of the Spider-Man suit emotes, then his upgraded suit, I feel like, would still have that.
Would have the emoting feature.
Right. And now if they give me Spider-Man shaped Spider-Man eyes, because they know how much everybody liked it on the Andrew Garfield ones, but now they move like fucking Deadpool stuff?
But they explained that it can. That
Right.
It's mechanics that do it.
Right.
It's
That's
technology that
interesting
allows
to me.
it, rather than Deadpool's one where it's probably just
Where it's just,
expression.
you know, he's a cartoon.
But that's fine.
Right.
Again, that works for Deadpool.
I think it's cool, but I've got to see how it looks in motion, because it could potentially look really silly, like he's an animated character, especially in action scenes. If he's, you know, moving really kind of rubbery and his eyes do that, it'll look like there's a random cartoon in the middle of the Marvel movie. So I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'll have to see it, but I'm excited about the idea of getting like a Ramos-y kind of expressive Spider-Man.
Random thought also.
Yeah.
Since the Spider-Man universe is now incorporated into Marvel, we could actually get a green skin, Green Goblin, but with a functional face if we use the technology from S.H.I.E.L.D., the mask things.
That's a good idea.
Like, you can actually create a demonic-looking face, because
Using the same tech.
using that tech, but it's essentially a mask.
Right.
I think that's fucking cool.
And they could do the same thing they did to Agent 13, where something gets fucked up and then it's stuck on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like, even if it doesn't, like, that's the face, that's the mask.
Right.
And that would, and if they go, oh, how did he get that technology? It's like, well, Oscorp. That was
Maybe
actually,
Oscorp developed
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
That
Maybe
would be
Oscorp was
interesting.
like the upper higher ups that actually developed it, but obviously passed it down to another one of their
Right.
side companies. So it's, you know, government stuff.
I'd buy it.
I was just, because when you were saying the whole cosplay thing, I was like, cosplay, what about like the S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff and the technology and the mask? I was like, maybe Green Goblin can get them. Could be cool.
I'd buy it.
Like, it's not too far-fetched, and he can be very animated still. Because
And it would be an instantly cool way to tie in that whole universe to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If they just go, that shit was developed by
That's what I'm
Oscorp.
saying, automatically. Like, it ties it to the Marvel Universe, because those who know of... but shit, Black Widow used the technology.
Black Widow
That's what I'm
used it.
saying. So it's in the cinematic universe already.
So if they say Oscorp developed that, they're automatically now back a few movies and
exactly.
TV series.
Without,
That's awesome.
without even having to do anything.
Yeah, that would be
Just
awesome.
a simple line. It's like,
Hopefully
oh, that was...
somebody's thought of that.
That's hype. I mean, if this
Hopefully
was a fucking
people listen to
random
our
thought,
podcast.
or if this was just a random thought.
Right.
But yeah. Anyways, Spider-Man, like, yeah, that outfit looks really...
Yeah, okay, so
dodgy.
someone described it.
Yeah.
I don't know who said they
It
saw
was,
it.
again, it was somebody that was like, I've worked on this blah blah, and he's anonymous on Reddit, and he's describing, and somebody else on Reddit must have drawn...
They took the description
They
and
took the
drew
descriptions
that.
and illustrated it,
And it looks silly.
It looked very silly. We might not have the link for this here, unfortunately, but...
I'd like for us, you and I, to find the description. Don't look at what they drew.
depict it. That could be fun.
Yeah, and just draw based just purely on the description. We can't see each other's version of it.
That'd be weird. But I think because having artistic abilities alone will already advance what we'd seen.
But that's what I'm saying. It still would be
Our interpretation would obviously be different.
Yeah.
But because we are fans of the books and we can draw also.
But that gives us a better idea of
How
what a
about if
concept
was an
artist
artist
would do.
himself, though?
The dude that did that last one?
Maybe.
He could have been, but if he did, he was not trying at all.
Maybe.
But, you know, still. It was. What did you think of that design other than, you know...
Random,
Yeah.
but I can kind of see it as a handmade up.
The chest looked very, like, 2099 Spider.
Yeah.
Which was
And
kind of
that's
strange.
not a bad thing either.
Just, I wonder if that's
I
how...
like it's a
I didn't
nice-
read the description, did you?
No.
Because
They didn't show the full description.
Oh, okay.
But like, if for some reason his original outfit was really shoddily made homemade, but it gave nods to other versions of Spider-Man, I think that'd be awesome.
It would be interesting.
Yeah.
I know you're a real big fan of the idea of the Scarlet Spider outfit.
I would love that. To me, that would make me like go, fuck yeah, that's it. Even if it lasted only for like briefly.
See, like,
Or if they
love
showed,
Scarlet Spider.
or check it, if they showed different versions of like, they show news clippings, even like, whatever, of this kid Spider-Man, Spider-Man, he should be Spider-Boy, but Spider-Man, going about it. He looked different every time, but they knew it was the same guy.
Right.
And when they showed him every time, they'd have different outfits.
Yeah, if they did like alternate versions of his outfit
In
as
illustration.
drawings, yeah, I think that he would be fine.
But I would love just a nod. Nice, that's all. It'll last me for a lot.
Now, it's Marvel Universe Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
We could get Clone Saga.
They would never do that.
I mean, it's the one thing that the other ones have not done.
It's true, but it's also one of them. It seems
And it's
to
so
be
much
one of the
easier
one
to do
things,
now.
right? That people hated.
They hate it, but most people remember it. It's a very
Which I find weird. I'm like, you hate it now, and why?
right. Yeah, if they do a Scarlet Spider suit, I'd be overjoyed. But I don't
No, it's not gonna happen.
need it.
Yeah.
But it would be cool. But the actual suit thing that they drew up definitely had it looked like a hint of 2099, but that could have been artistic liberty on that dude's behalf. Because I also didn't read the description of it, but I'm very curious. So anyway, yeah. Based on those pictures, I still am excited to see what it looks like. If it looks like camera lens eyes or whatever, but that's just the homemade version, and then he upgrades to a new one. You were saying instead of Iron Spider, it's that thing. It's the his official.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like, it's basically Tony Stark handing his lab, his facilities. Basically like, all right, you made that outfit.
Right.
We can make you can make a new one here. I've got a few ideas, and he's just like,
It's like, you seem pretty smart.
Yeah,
What can you do with all this?
exactly, and he's like, oh, I've got an idea. Maybe you can try it, and like it show the actual
Iron
Spidey, and like obviously fans would be like, oh shit, and Spider Peter's just like, nah, don't worry,
Yeah,
I got this, and then they show his suit, which looks exactly like what we've always wanted, really,
Yeah.
but behind it, underneath it, it's not just a fabric suit.
The thing is, man,
It's not even metal. Maybe it's like that it's like, in Age of Ultron, how they managed to mix what is it? Vibranium with other substances.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's any vibranium left, but whatever. If there is, incorporate that into like fabrics.
They can't do that. That would make everybody's outfit way too.
Or maybe
OP.
just the Stark Tech or whoever.
But
But remember, Pete's smart.
it's still supposed to be an incredibly rare metal.
That's true. But even if it is something, but Pete's smart. He
Right.
has facilities with him now, so he's going to create something that will allow
It'll
him.
be a material. That
It'll be
is
material,
very
but it'll be
But
awesome.
you know what I did notice,
What's up?
or at least I feel like I noticed. I'll have to look again. But I feel like the red on the Spider-Man outfit that we saw didn't have any webbing.
No.
So I'm wondering if they're going Ultimate Spider-Man, how they always used to depict him where he didn't have webbing. It was just red and blue with the big, thick black and white eyes.
You like that one?
I'm okay with it. I'm not great on it.
I think they might do that with the no webbing because there's texture,
Right.
and the texture is essentially like a finer webbing
Mm-hmm.
rather than the big animated, massive webbing.
And they could even just have the webbing like on the chest and head, and then the gloves and boots are clear or something. That'd be interesting.
Who knows? I have no idea. I'm just looking forward to this. This should be fun.
Yeah, I'm very interested in it. I like people who know me. Definitely have a clue that I'm a huge Spidey dude. I'm just really excited for Marvel to have a little bit, even just a little bit of a hand, being like, let us help you.
Even if it's even if in reality it's actually a massive hand.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like I in the end, I don't really care whether it's released by Sony and whatnot.
Right.
Just put it out.
I hope they have a pretty big hand in it.
Sony?
Marvel.
Oh yeah, fuck.
I hope they have a pretty big.
I hope it's 50-50.
Good. I hope so too. But I just really want to see something soon, and I feel like we have to see. If they're teasing stuff, that means they're gonna reveal something soon.
I'm excited, bro.
And they're filming Civil War still. I feel like
they are.
So we've got to see something pretty soon here before leaks come out. Unless they're doing it all closed set, and then that makes me really wonder what the fuck the fight scenes are gonna be like in this movie if they're all indoors with Spider-Man.
Hey man, soundstage.
One of Civil War's got one really fucking badass scene with Spider-Man fighting a bunch of the people on the other side, like Reed Richards and all them. And it's when he finally gets his own suit back and he's not using Tony's Iron Spider suit anymore. And he's like jumping from hero to hero, like using other people's weapons and fucking them up and doing flips over stuff. And like everybody's watching it. They're like in awe of how he's moving around doing this because a lot of them
or the heroes?
The other heroes, the people fighting.
Oh.
Like Reed is like people are looking up at him and watching it, and they're all in awe. And like Reed's like spectacular. People are like saying like yelling. Amazing.
They're yelling.
Sensational.
I knew
all those things. But it was, but it was a rad moment. Peter Parker.
This is when Peter was like, I'm done. I need this.
It was just wicked to see other heroes impressed by him in that way. I hope that he gets a moment like that.
It is. I mean, originally he was the youngest.
Right.
As in the youngest in the Marvel to be to have an ability that wasn't like a sidekick boy or some shit, Like
he's still pretty young compared to.
He is compared to most of them, but obviously they've aged him. He's actually an adult at this point, but so he's not really the youngest anymore. But he's still very unique.
I really got to catch up on Marvel's comics right now.
I have no idea.
Because they're bringing Peter Parker back, and they're bringing Peter Parker back as a teenager.
Yeah, but he's an adult. There's another one.
Right. Yeah, and Miles is Spider-Man.
And there's a Spider-Gwen.
I really need
which I still think is a silly name. Hopefully that's not an actual name in the book.
Yeah, I really want to know if that's what people call
her. I don't
her.
read the
book. How do you have a secret identity?
I don't know. That's why.
In the one shot, she was Gwen Stacy Spider-Woman.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
But everybody started calling her Spider-Gwen, so they made the title of the book Spider-Gwen. But now, if she's known as Spider-Gwen in the book, how do you not call her that?
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to title the book Thor, but his name in the comic is Jack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm Jack the Hammer God.
Jack Hammer.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Jack Hammer God. See?
Jack Hammer God. I like
it's
that.
already a character.
Let's put that guy in something. He's a wrestler.
A wrestler.
He's a wrestler.
Jack Hammer God.
Jack Hammer God. That's
awesome. Jack Hammer.
Well, luckily we're recording this, so we'll remember it.
And people listening are gonna know what the fuck.
Yeah.
Anyways,
like,
what's the next topic?
What is next?
Next topic.
So Netflix wants to do a Marvel series
every 6 months.
Every 6 months after Jessica Jones.
After Jessica Jones.
Because
this includes possible sequels to successful season 1s, or obviously the next in the line for the in the lead up to Defenders.
Right, because like Daredevil season 2 is already filming, and they've got to be trying to figure out Luke Cage and shit by now.
Oh, have to. People are already talking about a spin-off with Punisher.
Right, so...
What about the original?
I feel like they're going to have to keep putting off Defenders farther and farther if they keep adding series to it.
I don't know.
Because all of the series have to come out before they can do Defenders.
Well, yeah. It'd be weird if Defenders fell into somewhere.
We haven't heard anything about them casting
I'm assuming that the season 2 that they're talking about was like Punisher, Ghost. Wait, who? Ghost? Who the fuck's Ghost Rider. Yeah, they mentioned Ghost Rider. Blade.
I haven't heard any of this part of it.
And Moon Knight.
I have not heard anything on that.
That's just
official
a
word?
no, absolutely not official word. But that's what fan thoughts and whatnot, possibilities.
Right. I think Ghost Rider's not likely this soon. But in a Defenders movie, that would be a rad cameo.
Yeah.
But depending on what they have to fight, I'm assuming all the or is he gonna be ready for the war? All that shit.
Unless the thing is the Thunderbolts.
They have to fight the Thunderbolts.
Maybe.
Could be.
Because Thunderbolts was another
another series
possibility.
thing.
Yeah.
I did hear that as well. They want to do look, it's like Suicide Squad, but the Marvel version.
Essentially.
Which is fine. I want to know if that war shit that they talked about in Daredevil, they kept saying is Matt going to be ready for the impending war? Stick kept mentioning.
Yeah, I fucking hope it's for
Do you think
Iron
that's
Fist and shit?
But do you think that's for multiple character war, or do you think that's just going to be a Daredevil storyline?
It'd be sweet. It would be sweet.
Do you think that's Defenders setup?
I'd like it for it to be Defenders.
Yeah?
I'd like it, yeah.
Because then the war is them all versus something.
Yeah, versus something.
That involves Stick and Stone. Interesting.
And now Electro.
I don't know that much about Stick and the
Stone,
the weird what's the Asian lady?
Ah, damn!
What
I
did they
forgot
call
her
her?
name. Yeah, I forgot her name.
Not the ancient one. That's Doctor Strange.
That's strange.
She
she was like an ancient as well.
Right. She's some sort of ancient being that lives in some weird ethereal Asia.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Right.
Which is where the Iron Fist power comes
right.
from.
Or the dragon chest tattoo.
That's such a weird part of Marvel, dude.
Yeah, all the Asian culture studies.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. Yeah, so I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, but every 6 months, bro.
Every 6 months is cool because it catches them up to DC pretty quickly.
Yes.
DC has Arrow and Flash and Vixen already in the works,
The
and
quality of them as
Supergirl.
well, dude.
Yeah, and for the most part, they've all been pretty good. We stopped hearing anything about that fucking Titans show too.
Titans?
Yeah, they were doing a Teen
that's
Titans
right,
FX show.
That was. I think that's scrapped.
You think so?
Yeah. Either that, they're gonna wait until these ones doing well, and then they'll do that.
Right.
Because they got Supergirl. They were talking about a Hawk Girl spin-off or some shit already. I'm like, what the fuck?
And would people even give a shit
I don't
about
know.
Hawk Girl, dude?
But it makes more
Hawk
sense
Girl?
if Vixen came from cartoon too.
Right. But do you think Hawk Girl spin-off?
I don't know, man.
Is she a cool enough character to have her own show? They've so far not mentioned Hawk Girl or Hawk Man being aliens. So apparently,
Yeah, I don't know.
I've heard of Thanagarians before, but I didn't know that's what Hawkman was.
Oh.
I didn't, because I don't know anything about Hawkman or Hawkgirl. I'd only heard of the Thanagarian Snare Beast from the Kevin Smith Evening at Kevin Smith stuff, where he talks about the backstory of doing the Batman movies, or the Superman movies, excuse me. He mentions it there, but that's the only time I'd ever heard that word, because I didn't even know. I had a Hawkman action figure when I was a kid. Never knew who that character was.
You think it was cool, though?
I just was like, yeah, it's fucking, he moves good.
He's got good, he's got sweet articulation.
Right, which, that's important shit.
Absolutely, it doesn't matter what figure it is.
Yeah, I don't think his arms just did the, he doesn't have elbows moves.
Yeah, the old school toys, man.
But his legs had knees, and that made him cooler than my Batman figures.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, and I had a Martian Manhunter, same thing, and I was like, he's so tight. He's got the bell-bottom boots.
Man, it's a fucking Piccolo.
Yeah. Are we ever gonna see Martian Manhunter in the movies, you think?
I would love that.
Who would you cast?
I don't know. That's a weird one.
Can we just get Keith David to be him, but not actually play him? Just get a mocap dude. Make him a CG character.
Because Keith David's voice, man.
It's perfect for Martian Manhunter. He should just sound like Goliath. I just really want them to make gargoyles, man. They teased us with that shit. Anyway. So Netflix, yeah, it sounds cool. I'm excited for all of it. Hopefully they stick to it.
Yep.
Gambit. So Channing Tatum, he's throwing a fit. He wants a big $150 million budget.
Well, no, 120.
Or, whatever.
Lots of money.
Over $100 million.
Yes.
He wants this budget. And Fox is like, no.
I think. That's what we hear.
Just do a smaller budget thing like Deadpool.
Like do Deadpool.
Like, no, I'm like Wolverine. Give me more money.
And it's like, no. Yeah. And then they showed casting. They're doing open castings for, and they just had descriptions of the characters. And
no
some
names,
of them sound
just
weird.
descriptions. Some of them do sound weird. We won't read any of them, but
Not if you can find it.
Yeah, it's not good enough of a description to really be able to tell who the characters are.
Nope.
They're pretty vague.
Yeah, very vague. We were thinking Morlocks though.
Yeah, they're
That's
probably Morlocks.
Yeah.
it seems like the easiest thing to do for Gambit.
Because and also like the next thing after the X-Men movies, because once this X-Men 3 is done, Apocalypse, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know what happens after that.
Yeah, unless we were talking about remember before how Deadpool, which is happening currently, not in the 80s,
right,
is the actual timeline. Right. That's why we see a Colossus who's an X-Man.
Right, and he's a full CG.
He's a full CG character. He's also teaching that.
Who actually has like a full-on X-Men
full-on
outfit.
The best X-Men.
Best X-Men outfit we've ever seen in live action.
Yeah,
on this
that happens to be on this Deadpool movie.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Exactly. Now, if that world is part of what the X-Men is going to be after the Apocalypse thing, sweet. Sign me up for that shit.
Yeah, I'm into that. But yeah, so I think it's probably just Channing Tatum negotiating his contract.
Probably.
It'll probably be fine at the end of it.
We'll see.
Chris
Pine?
So yeah, Chris Pine. Next thing up, Chris Pine. Finally, they revealed who he's cast as.
He is going to be.
He's not Green Lantern.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, he's definitely not Green Lantern. He's not Hal Jordan.
Right. Who he definitely is Steve Trevor.
Yep.
In the Wonder Woman standalone movie. Maybe even in BVS, I guess.
Doubt it.
I doubt it, but
doubt it. But definitely the Wonder Woman, because that's filming next year. They said.
Right, and I have a feeling they're gonna. Did you see the little clips for Gods and Monsters? Not the actual full movie, but the little side things they did.
I saw a couple.
Did you see the Wonder Woman one?
No.
Okay, Steve Trevor's in that one, and he's more of like a spy type of character.
I fucking.
He's like a James Bondy kind of like.
He wasn't just a fucking pilot, right?
So I'm wondering if they're hiring Chris Pine to do something like Steve Trevor's a fucking awesome
Private
dude.
Eye.
Right?
Or it's like 00 Trevor.
Steve Trevor, yeah.
00 Trevor.
Steve Trevor. It's the best name. So yeah, I'm wondering if it's something like that.
It works. He was in that fucking spy movie thing, right?
Yeah, did you see that?
Which one was it?
Him versus Bane?
Yeah, I didn't see it, but
it was a weird thing.
I forget someone said it was a great film. I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's a great film. Like,
it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either.
But yeah, he's Steve Trevor. And some are saying maybe Steve Trevor's gonna be a Lantern. No.
I really don't think so. I think that would be really random.
I know Tyrese is still in like singing on Twitter and shit that he's gonna be.
Yeah, I think he only confused things when he put out the image of him and Chris Pine as Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
It's like, we signed a deals or some shit.
And it's like, sorry, Tyrese, but I signed another deal.
I think he said, like, the oath has been taken or
some
something
shit
like that.
Yeah.
And what's next?
Barbara Gordon.
So, what's the actual chick's name?
Jena Malone.
Jena Malone. She is in Batman vs. Superman. We confirmed that a long time ago.
Long time ago.
But no one knew who she was.
Nope. People were assuming she would be
Robin, right?
Carrie Kelly.
Right.
Carrie Kelly.
The Carrie Kelly Robin. Because the movie's so Batman vs. Superman.
Absolutely. It was like, oh, it looks like Batman versus Dark Knight.
And she had dyed her hair red. And
yes. It was like, oh, shit. She's like, a little bit old, but whatever.
A little bit. She's like 40 or some shit.
Like 30-something.
She's old to be a teenage girl.
Absolutely. But she's not old enough.
Right.
She's old. She's the right age for another redhead.
Right. She could be Barbara Gordon.
She could be.
And I think it would be interesting if she was Barbara Gordon. Which
Oracle?
version, though,
Yeah.
is very interesting.
Everyone's like, will she be wearing the outfit that's current? No.
No, definitely not that. No, wouldn't fit the universe, I don't think.
Not at all.
And I just feel like it's a lot more likely that it's going to be as Oracle.
But wheelchair version?
I think wheelchair version. Because it instantly lets them add history to this Batman that's old and grizzled and retired.
True.
And gives him more reasons why he would quit.
True.
And it gives him more reason to be pissed off at Joker by the time we get to Suicide Squad.
Which we don't know if it takes place before or after.
We don't know that. I have heard a bunch of rumors that Batman is the one that puts them all in the slammer.
First? At the start?
Because in the Suicide book, or in Arkham, was it Arkham, Assault on Arkham?
Yes.
I think they all like tell stories about how they got captured or some shit like that. And I think that would be.
Is it me or are they just basing this film?
It seems like it. It seems like it. A little bit at least.
Because Deadshot's also the kind of hero-ish.
I feel like the fact that the first trade paperback and the Assault on Arkham are so close, it seems like an easy pitch to be like, this could be a movie.
This has been successful in 2 different mediums.
Yeah, so I think it's probably closest to that. A lot of the characters.
I feel that it's closest to that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be exact.
Right.
But I feel that it's closest to.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the characters are in common with the same roster of Suicide Squad members that were in that. They have their big dude requirement of they switched it to Killer Croc instead of Shark or Man or whatever, King Shark.
Tiger Shark.
Yeah, one of those shark people. But
Jena Malone as Barbara.
If she's Barbara, I imagine it will be Oracle. But if she's Batgirl, cool beans. Because it could be a cool thing to do as a solo movie to do like Killing Joke. But if they do a post-Oracle creation,
Owls, man.
then they gotta do Court of Owls.
Court of Owls. Especially, dude, this late in Batman's career,
yeah.
How did he not see that all along?
Yeah, that adds to it.
That would fucking fuck
that's
his
what
mind.
it's supposed to be.
Would fuck his mind even more.
He's supposed to, I know Gotham better than you.
It's like Gotham's, Gotham. It's like, no, you don't know shit.
Yeah. I think that would be wicked.
Main topic.
So yeah, the main thing I guess we were gonna, speculate or fan cast.
Yeah, kind of fan cast, speculate, just thoughts in general.
On a potential Batman villain casting
for the Batman.
The Batman.
And whatever
flips,
ahead.
And whatever they do. Here forward for Batman. And I was actually talking to Jeff earlier. I was saying actually, if he hadn't have already been cast as Lex, I think that Eisenberg actually could have been a decent Riddler.
Riddler.
The way that he talks in The Devil. Have you seen The Devil?
Only trailers. Is it a good movie?
It's weird.
I heard it was
really
quite he was great in it.
He is good in it, but it's really bizarre.
I figured it
hard
would be.
to follow. But he has a couple monologues that are really interesting, and even back and forth conversations with himself that are really interesting. And I could imagine him talking through a really complex riddle would be awesome sounding. It'd be very Sorkin-y, which I'm fine with. Who else would you put in there? Who would you cast as like a Hugo Strange, Kelsey Grammer? Who are we talking about casting? Oh God, no. We were talking about casting live action Muppets as
that was in the
Amy
grocery
Schumer
store
as Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
And
Michael Cera as Kermit.
Anyway.
It's wrong.
What other villains would you like to see in one of the big movies?
That's the thing, like.
I think Clayface would be wicked to see in live action.
Oh yeah, we were saying before we recorded, it's like for Batman, if they did like the whole history, we had a brother as part of the Court of the Owls. Get Casey Affleck as a.
People would lose.
And then Matt Damon as Harvey Dent, man.
That would be good.
I think that's dope.
Even Matt Damon as not Thomas Wayne, his homie that turns into Hush.
Oh shit! Fuck, what's his name?
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
I feel like it's Tommy something.
It is. It's not. Is it Tommy? Tommy seems like such a sidekick, from, friend from the
Right.
past name.
Right. But yeah, I think him as Hush would be really dope, actually. But again, I think it would pull people out of it because they already hate that it's Affleck. If you bring in Affleck's homies.
That's why. Yeah, it'd be like
Yeah.
Kevin Smith is Penguin.
Right. He always said he wanted to do it.
That's hilarious. But yeah. So maybe casting Casey's not a good idea.
If you were really gonna cast a penguin, who would you cast?
Danny DeVito.
And what kind of penguin would you?
That's
go
the
for?
thing. And I reckon like
It has to fit in with this world's Batman.
I think an old school gangster,
Right.
but like an actual guy who fucking can, almost like what Kingpin is. He has
Not
to
like
be.
Mark Strong as penguin.
Oh fuck, that's something. Mark Strong he's dope. Don't put the fat suit. Just call
No,
him the Penguin.
just,
Yeah,
just
because he
copycat
likes to
that.
fucking wear suits and
He
shit.
wears like a tux.
Yeah, he's always wearing
He's
a
got
tux.
the beak.
That'd be such a different. And he's already bald. He'd be threatening as his
Yeah,
penguin
give
as
him
well.
his Scottish like.
You'd never seen like a penguin that can actually. Can penguin actually take on Batman in a fist fight?
There was one version of Batman where he was small like Yoda and he flipped around and fought.
That's weird. I don't like that
I
vision.
think
in my
that
head.
was the version where Joker had the dreadlocks.
Oh shit. You're talking about the Batman.
Is that what that one was?
Yeah.
I
That
think,
that Joker was dope. I
yeah.
love that Joker.
That one where he fights Dracula. That movie.
Okay. Yeah.
That movie is awesome. But yeah, I think it was that one where
Batman was
where Penguin could flip
Because
around. And
Riddler was also a thug there.
fight. Was he? I don't even remember.
Riddler was thug. He did martial arts and shit too.
It was the one with the long hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Mark Strong, I think could have
That's
been
interesting, man. That's actually really interesting.
A cobble pot, like very.
Yeah, like that. You don't even. Again,
They're
you
already
want-
doing Skinny Penguin on.
That's what
Gotham,
it's exactly.
and
This is
everybody loves him.
this is just taking it too further because Mark Strong is dope.
Yep. Yep.
Like he's super dope as a character actor. So. Yeah, that's a good one. Who else? Like, who'd you get as Freeze? If you once
He'd
you
also
eventually
be
get.
Freeze, to be
The
honest with
thing
you.
is, he'd be really good as Freeze too. Actually, he'd be really good as Freeze. And then most guys are like, man, you should cast like Idris Elba or some shit, because they always say his
Right,
name
'cause
for
he's always
everything.
gotta be
Yeah,
in something.
absolutely.
As Freeze,
Although he
though?
could probably do a dope Freeze.
Think so?
Maybe.
I feel like Freeze has to have like a white head, and that's weird.
Just
with
pale
black
him,
dudes.
like albino.
It's weird on black
I
dudes. I
know,
feel like.
but that's what makes him more
He'll
interesting.
look like Jamie Foxx as Electro.
Actually, fuck, scrap that.
Yeah, I don't want.
Damn it! He would have been, because character-wise,
Yeah,
I think
he
you
can
pulled that
definitely
shit
act it. It's just
What
him.
about him as Martian Manhunter?
I'd be fine with it.
It's weird.
I'd be fine with it.
Everyone's saying him for like the Green Lantern. I was like,
Right.
go for the other green guy.
Yeah. Although
He's
do you
alright.
think Heimdall's not enough? He was also in Ghost
I know.
Rider,
That's why I
too.
was like, but people are greedy.
Right. I don't know. I think there's plenty of other black actors out there in the world. We can find some more. I feel like.
Absolutely.
Who else would you do for? I really would like to see Clayface in live action, but I don't
That's
know.
tough.
I don't know enough about his character
Yeah.
as the actor
As a
to
human.
be able to cast him. Yeah, So
Riddler.
just Andy Serkis can be Clayface. I mean, other than Eisenberg, who could play Riddler?
Well, you can't get Eisenberg anymore.
Right.
It's weird.
Now, a lot of people were saying Joseph Gordon-Levitt before he was cast as fake Robin, but I don't think I would like that. I think he's too.
You have to remember, it has to
likable
fit in
in
this.
this world,
We have to remember that now,
right?
because
Maybe like-
I've been taking that
How about like Doug Jones
as
as Riddler?
wow, that's interesting.
He
Also
doesn't-
creepy as
he
fuck.
doesn't get enough.
As a without makeup guy, yeah.
He was okay on Flash, right?
He was great in Flash, actually. He played fucking creepy. Because he's got that really odd look to him.
Mm-hmm. Who else do you think could play Riddler, though? What do you imagine Riddler as? Does he have to be gangly and whatnot? He's just gotta
Oh,
be-
I was going to say the Mads Mikkelsen. The guy who played Hannibal in the Hannibal show.
As Riddler.
Yeah, to me that's.
I think he would be an amazing Hugo Strange, actually.
Oh, actually, dude, put that down. But I say Riddler because if you listen to the way he talks in like Hannibal and stuff, his delivery is gold because he has to be super charismatic, but toned down, like not.
He's not doing a Hopkins impression.
No,
I've not watched Hannibal.
No, he's phenomenal there. So that's why I was like as Riddler. But like you see him in James Bond movie, he can fucking. He was in one of the previous James Bond movies.
Which one?
I forget which one, but it had a.
Oh, he was the one where he cried or something.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Casino Royale.
That's him, yeah.
Interesting.
So he can do fights and stuff too.
I don't even
still.
remember the action in that movie.
But yeah, he's cool. I reckon put him in a role as a bad guy should be cool.
If you had to pick a new Catwoman and a new Ivy for that matter.
Older Catwoman. Older Ivy. Ivy shouldn't be young. I don't feel. She has a scientist, man. Maybe late 20s. If.
Late 20s?
If.
You think so?
Is the youngest she
Is
can
the
be.
youngest?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that for Catwoman.
Late 20s?
Yeah.
So she's hella young.
That Ivy could be older.
Ivy needs to be like late 30s, early 40s even. Same age as Bruce.
Because I think if Catwoman's younger, then it gives him more temptation as an older Batman. And it gives him a history where he could have dated like Vicky Vale and shit beforehand.
That's true. You can actually include all those all of his previous.
Yeah.
Interesting. Does she have to be young though?
Not young, but I think
Younger.
if you're gonna make either of them younger, Catwoman should be the one that's young.
But when you said like 20s, late 20s, that's young.
I don't even think she needs to be. I think 30s is fine.
Yeah, 30s is good, like mid 30s even.
I don't know who I would cast though, right off the top.
It's tricky. I'm trying to think. Who is a good actress currently that can pull the role off within the world of tech?
Oh, I actually said this already. To go along with the older Batman, if it was to age match them closer, I think Charlize, dude.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Charlize as Catwoman easily.
Fuck, she'd be
As the like animated series.
People
style
would relate
Catwoman.
it. Oh, she could play the whole stuff. Like
Yeah,
the people.
Selena
Yeah, the people would relate
Personally,
it too much to. It would be beautiful. Yeah, Selena Kyle would be perfect.
Do the gray and black Catwoman from like the animated version. They've
Oh,
never
shit.
done anything like that.
And she could even switch to the current one.
It would be amazing, dude.
Problem with the current one is people be like, it was like Aeon Flux. I wonder if anybody remembers that shit. She was Aeon Flux.
It depends on how close they go to the like Aeon Flux suit. If they go more like the Adam Hughes.
They gotta, man. They gotta.
But that's like black hair Selena.
Yeah.
Would we want her black hair Selena or animated series blonde Selena?
Because Charlize looks good in both.
Yeah, she does.
She's a great looking lady. Good one for Chipper, man.
Either one's a winner.
Yeah. Even seeing her with like a really short hair.
What about Ivy?
Ivy, man. Who would be a good Ivy?
What's the chick that everybody thinks is amazeballs out of Mad Men? Isn't she a redhead on that show? I don't watch Mad Men, but
I don't watch it
I
either.
feel like there's one.
There's a redhead in Mad Men. She's big.
She's big?
She's
Or
plump.
I thought there was one that just was super chesty.
No, she's a large. She's super voluptuous.
Like too much for Ivy?
Maybe. I've never seen an Ivy depicted this way before. But I think she could probably pull it off. Maybe, I don't know.
I'd like to see.
I've never seen. I don't really see her, and like I've not watched her act before.
Right.
So I'm not really.
I think I'd just like to see the super heroines or whatever have drastically different body types.
Yeah, I mean we're seeing a super lanky Joker.
Right. Although he could get kind of yoked up.
He did, but like still like the fittest Joker we've seen probably. Because
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson was kind of tubby,
Oh, yeah, but you know he was Jack Nicholson shaped.
and Heath Ledger was.
He was normal, but
He wore baggy clothes.
he
If
wore
you
baggy
notice.
clothes and his posture was awkward. But he was normal size whenever you see him with like the
The police
shirt off
uniform and stuff as well.
Um,
I don't know. Poison Ivy is tricky. Would you like cast a natural redhead?
Nah, it doesn't matter. Just anybody who you think could nail that personality. Because she's the one
I
that
was,
like, kisses
I was
you in
thinking
return.
too far. I was thinking before she was Ivy, but it's like no, I have to just think as Ivy because she's been Ivy for a while now.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's gonna be she's gonna show up in the background in the Suicide Squad.
Oh man.
Like if they hint at other villains.
That's what I'm saying. When they do that prison scene, they can hint at all type of shit.
Absolutely everybody.
The way that Arkham Asylum did it.
Because that's
where,
Arkham,
like,
correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh wait, when they
They're
bust
Argus.
into Arkham.
Yeah, I think they bust into Arkham. But there's stuff like in Arkham Asylum, the first Batman Rocksteady game,
Yeah.
where like you walk by some cells and one of them's just fogged up where all the windows are kind of frozen
Yep.
over. They don't have to show you.
That's what I'm
freeze,
saying,
you just
exactly.
Go, he's in there.
Yeah,
Ivy,
like,
same thing.
Exactly.
She can just
exactly.
have one of the cells is covered in vines.
Exactly.
You go,
I was like,
obviously that's
you
Ivy.
do this.
Hopefully they do that kind of shit.
The Ivy's one is like behind glass, but then behind the glass is like a forest, basically.
Right. I'd be totally fine with that kind of teasing. I think it's the easiest thing to do, especially when going to prison. It just sucks. I hope that they. I hope that they kind of highlight villains that aren't just Batman villains.
Like who?
Just if they're trying to build a universe really
Yeah.
quickly, I want to see villains from Superman, villains from Wonder Woman. Like there should be other villains locked up in that place, not just Batman villains. Especially if they're at more, not just Arkham, but if they're at like Argus or something. Argus should have other people. But we also do know Deadshot's in there. He's not just a Batman villain.
No. It's
I'm
clearly
still really excited to see what he looks like though, dude. A movie version of
I
it.
know. Hopefully it's better than the
Or not
television
Did I say Deadshot? I
You
meant
said
Deathstroke.
Deadshot, you hit Deathstroke, I know. I know which one you were talking about, it's always just weird. Well, plus we have seen a television version of Deadshot, and this movie will definitely look closer to the book.
Right, definitely. He looks like one of the costumes. With
However,
the
Deathstroke versions in the television shows have been pretty good so far.
in the television show?
Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
Arrow.
Right, what's the guy who plays him? Manu Bennett
Yeah.
or something like that? Yeah, I think that dude's fine. I really like the idea of Joe Manganiello playing Deathstroke in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he looks like a steroided up version of Manu Bennett.
Which is weird because Manu Bennett's already huge.
Right. He's a werewolf-sized Manu Bennett.
Dude.
No, she's fine. Let me see if I can find this chick. Christina Hendricks.
Yeah, she's Velops.
She is that, but she's not like a huge
No.
lady.
Very
Do
shapely.
you think she's too big for Ivy?
No, I think she's great. I think she can pull it off age-wise as well. She looks about...
Right, she looks age appropriate.
Do you reckon she can fit the movie?
I think so, depending on how they do her costuming and whatnot.
Yeah.
If they do the Arkham thing where she's like zombie colored and has the vines like coming off all over her and whatnot, I think they could easily make her look badass. And it would be really cool to see different body types in these movies.
Right.
And I'm definitely okay with the idea of a thicker Ivy. That sounds awesome.
I think it sounds great.
What else? Who else would we watch in this one? Are there many other, like Talia? Would you like to see a different Talia? A different race?
Raish, I will.
It's tough with Raish because we've had a couple versions recently.
We got Arrow.
The Liam Neeson one is my least favorite.
We got Arrow.
Got Arrow. That one was serviceable, but also not my favorite.
Started off weak, but he got better at the end, I
Right.
thought.
I think the animated series one is the definitive. The Arkham games one is pretty good, but it's based on the animated series one.
Which is why it's pretty good.
Yeah. If we were gonna cast somebody to do it now, it's tough because what ethnicity is Ra's al Ghul? Is he supposed to be?
It could be anything, dude, because it's just a moniker, isn't it?
Right. It's just tough because I'm like you try to fit somebody's face into that and nobody looks like that normally. But you want to get somebody who's kind of an intense actor. Have you seen anybody play villains recently that you liked?
I would have said it back in the day. Do you remember Golden Child, the bad guy?
Yeah.
I could see him as a
Easily
young,
back
yeah,
then.
that's what I'm saying.
Just make his hair, but he's way too fucking old now.
No, that's why it's like.
But speaking of him,
Because like when he rocked up in Last Action Hero,
yeah, he was the best.
he just
villain in
fucking
that, dude.
turned his hair black and give him this. I swear that's fucking Ray Shug.
Yeah,
right
he
there.
was dope in that movie.
Yeah, he's a great villain, man. But yeah, he's way old now.
He is way fucking.
That's why I was like, nah. he can't
But
make
speaking
Luke
of connection to that guy, I think actually Luke Evans could have played an okay Raish, a post like Lazarus Pit Raish.
I think he could do it
give
still.
him old age makeup
I
at
think
first.
he could do it still, yeah. And then because he gets younger because
Yeah,
of the pit.
because he does the pit and then comes
That's
back as the
fucking
younger
good.
one. I think he could play. a
Luke
good
Evans
Raish.
is dope too, so I don't think he can probably
Yeah,
pull that
based
shit.
on what is like Dracula Untold movie, he was kind of that kind of character.
It's the film wasn't garbage, that one.
It wasn't, but there was a few.
He
weird
wasn't the
things.
problem.
He wasn't. They had a weak sauce villain. Howard Stark, not a great choice for that villain.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't see him as a threat
No,
at all.
Nope. And the thing with him throwing his wife off the cliff.
Catch
Spoiler
it,
alert,
catch-
I guess, for that movie.
Catch you with your bat
Yeah,
hand.
how is he not faster than her just free falling off the thing? He can fly and turn into Bat Hand. Make giant Bat Hand.
Catch it.
Catch her. What the fuck? Anyway.
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans, I think, would be a cool
Raish. What about if Luke Evans was like Nightwing?
He's way too old for Nightwing,
Is
dude.
he?
Yeah, compared to Affleck?
I suppose. How old is Luke Evans? I don't fucking know.
I don't know, but he's way too old compared to Affleck to be Robin.
How old would How old would the first Robin have been?
The first Robin,
How
when
old
he's
Batman
Nightwing,
was?
should be late 20s.
Okay, who's
He
late
should
to
not
that?
be in his 30s yet.
Not 30s yet?
No,
Really?
definitely not.
Yeah, that's true. That would have made.
I don't think so anyway.
I was 10. No, maybe. If young Bruce.
But the way that they're doing it in the movie, he probably would be in his 30s because of how old that Robin costume is.
That's what I was gonna say. But also, like, alright, check it. Bruce is 40 something
Right.
in this film. Let's say he's been Batman for 20 plus years.
Right.
It means at 25, he would have got a sidekick. That would have about 10 years old. So he's about 15 years older. So the dude should be about 30. At least 30. Robin.
Well,
As in,
depending
not
on how
Dick
old
Grayson.
Robin was when he started.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if Robin was 10, or if Robin was 12, it's even older then.
If Robin was 12,
As in, we're talking about Dick Grayson, Robin.
right, but you're assuming Batman got a sidekick immediately,
No, at like 25.
and he started at 20.
He started at 20, so it's 5 years after he started.
Okay, so now it's been 15 years
Yeah.
with a Robin.
No, as in like 15 years since Dick Grayson became Robin. So how old would Dick Grayson be after 20 years? He'd be like 30 something.
Well, if he was 12 when he started and then it was 15 years, he'd be 27.
Why? 15, 20, yeah, I suppose. He would be closer to 30 though, would he not?
He'd be almost 30, which is late 20s, and I'm fine with that. But 12 plus
No, he'd be older.
15?
Yeah. 12 plus 20. He'd be 20 years ahead because
But
Bruce is
it's
40
15.
something. If he got him at 25, 20 years after that.
He's also... What?
I thought Bruce was 45 right now in the movie. If he's Batman for like 25 years and he got Robin at 25 years old,
He got Robin at 25.
and Robin was about 12. So
He
he'd
was
be about
12.
32, something like that.
So
Yeah.
he'd be 32 and Jason Todd was how old?
I thought he was like 5 years younger.
5 years younger than Robin in general.
In Dick Grayson, yeah, some shit like that. In age-wise, I thought.
So he started being Robin at how old? And if he's only 5 years younger than Dick Grayson,
Maybe he was an older one, like 15 or something when he became Robin. By then, Dick Grayson would have already retired as Robin.
So
And because he
only
was
Robin
15,
for 5 years or something.
something
then he
like
went
that,
to
and
Batman.
because Jason Todd was like, a teenager when he was Robin. He was a bit more cocky. He thought he could do more things, so thought he could do more, do more things without Bruce's help and stuff.
So do you think in the new movie, in the new Solo, he could pick up Tim Drake?
I don't even know if they'd go there. I'd love it because Tim Drake is dope. He's cool.
Or do you think they would go right? They would have Talia show up and he gets Damien.
This point, it doesn't matter because it's.
I want them to do a Robin.
Yeah.
Of some sort.
Yeah.
Would you rather they do Tim Drake Robin or Damien Robin?
Damien would be appropriate age-wise because Bruce has been he's 45-year-old
right.
Batman.
How long was he retired for then?
I don't know.
He's been Batman for 20 years.
Let's just say, we're saying these hypothetically.
Let's say he's retired for 5 years.
Yeah. See, I always imagine him becoming Batman at like 20.
Right. So he's been Batman for 25 years.
Yeah.
Retired for 10 or 5?
5 sounds worse.
Do you think he's retired for 5 years?
Maybe. It seems longer though, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it was recent. He only recently retired, and that's why I was like,
right.
fuck!
I just got out.
Let me rest!
Right.
Or, how about, they say, oh, it's a withered, it's like a withered old. Did they specifically say in the movie that he's retired?
Mm-hmm. Not in the trailer, but they said that he's retired.
See, if they didn't say that, maybe he was thinking about retiring until he saw fucking the Wayne Towers fucking blow down.
I mean, maybe that's what they mean.
And he was like, motherfucker, I was about to retire.
Tomorrow.
Well, I was actually thinking, maybe the world doesn't need Batman anymore.
Right.
Not anymore.
Right. Now I've got to fight Alien Man.
Just that line in the trailer there, dude. He was like, he has the power to destroy the world. We have to stop him.
Right, we have to destroy him.
We have to destroy him. And I'm thinking...
People think that's Batman saying that or whatever?
Oh, it was that he was talking... Yeah, it was Bruce talking to
Bruce
Alfred.
Do you think that's really him, or did they splice lines of dialogue together?
Who knows? That's weird if they did.
I feel like they do that in trailers all the time.
It's weird. But still, like, if that is Bruce, it's like... But then you feel that, like, Alfred was going to say something.
People are still speculating on the Batman voice. They're like, was that Batman's real voice, or was that a different character?
No one's actually brought that up recently.
Right. Maybe that's what Doomsday sounds like.
Oh, maybe. That's gay.
That's what people are speculating.
But see, you know what's crazy about all these speculations and shit?
Right.
How much it ranges.
Alright.
Some say, oh, is it gonna be like... Is Superman gonna have a cologne in this movie? Is Doomsday gonna be coming from Zod? Cologne.
Okay, I was like, what are you talking about? Why would he have cologne?
Clone.
Is Superman gonna have a cologne in this movie? We're gonna go back and watch that. You say cologne.
I know, I say cologne. But I actually, when I was saying cologne, it was the guy's accent that was saying it, yeah. But yeah, like a clone. But like, where are they getting this? Like, because that one scene where he was flying forward and he shoots.
Right.
And I'm like, you're crazy.
Right.
You're crazy.
It could be literally anything.
This could be a moment. This is literally not even a second from this film that's going to be over 2 hours long.
What if Lex not only has green kryptonite, but he also has red kryptonite?
Oh shit, people never think that.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh yeah, Batman, right? You were afraid that this gentleman, this gentle alien, it has too much power and can destroy the planet. Well, he's going to do that.
I don't know. I'm really excited for that movie, dude. I feel like it's taking way too fucking long to come out, though.
The thing with films is they talk so much about it.
They're too much. We never heard any of this shit when we were kids.
I loved it. I love the fact that I would see a trailer on a VHS.
Right.
I'd be like, oh shit, I need to watch that. That's how far it was. You know? Or like, I'd be watching television and they would show a commercial and I'm like, oh shit, gotta go to the cinema for that. And that's all I would know about the film.
I really, really, really want to try and, like, some movie that's coming out soon, just don't ever watch a trailer or anything for it.
My mate back home, he doesn't watch any trailers for anything.
Yeah.
When he goes to watch a movie, He doesn't even know what he's going into sometimes.
Right.
And he loves it. Because when he comes out, he's like, wow, that really surprised me. He's never disappointed. Like, some films are like, okay, that was actually shit.
Right.
But, you know, he got to experience it as it is with nothing. He's bringing nothing into it.
It's really hard to do that, though, when we do a podcast.
I know, that's what I was saying. He's like, you should try. I'm like, I would love to, but I can't really do that right now because it's kind of what we talk about.
We have to pick one movie that we just both decide not to watch any trailers for.
Civil War.
We can speculate. Oh, that's gonna be hard. Spider-Man.
Nah, I don't give a fuck, bro. Civil War.
I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that.
We can't do it with Batman VS because...
it's too late now.
Exactly.
But, I mean, that movie doesn't come out.
Civil War.
That movie doesn't come out until next year.
Civil War.
Now stop watching the
That's
trailers.
good. Nah,
Batman
that's too late. Go, let's go Civil War, dude.
I can't do it, dude. Spider-Man might be in one of those trailers.
Who cares? That's what's better.
Nope.
You are weak.
No, Spider-Man, man. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I would probably be able
Strange.
to do it unless I found out. No, Strange is a good one because that movie could be fucking.
Because I'm pretty fucking excited.
Oh, that first look is gonna be a real hard route to look at.
That's what. No, but what do you say? We have to do it to one of them. We can't do what's it called? Deadpool because we technically saw that leak.
Right.
We can't do Suicide Squad because we clearly watched that.
What's one that we care less about? X-Men Apocalypse. No trailers.
Oh, we saw that little...
We saw that shitty leak, whatever. Doesn't count.
X-Men Apocalypse, no trailers? But we've already seen shit from it, like photos and stuff.
We can look at photos, no trailers.
No, I'm when I say cold, nothing.
Well, you know, we can stop now with X-Men. What else is there? I'm not doing it for Civil War. It's not happening. Strange. Alright.
I wonder if we're gonna stick to it.
We'll find out.
Because I'm so looking forward to Doctor Strange.
I am too, and I really want to see Cumberbatch. He was my pick when we first talked about this.
That's why. So, but cold, nothing. When we see anything, avoid it. Pictures, avoid it. Trailers, avoid it.
That's rough, man. I really want to know if he's gonna have the fucking leopard print gloves.
Avoid it. Everything.
If they do a CGI version of the Kirby Crackle for when he does his magic and shit, how cool would that be? Have they done an equivalent Kirby Crackle in movies yet? Anyway.
So what? What do you say? Doctor Strange?
Let's give it a shot. See who can last longer watch it.
What's that gonna prove?
Just out of curiosity.
I thought we have to stick by this, dude.
Yeah, I'm saying let's stick by it, but I'm saying I don't know if you're gonna stick by it.
Oh, okay. Let's do it then.
Just saying.
Alright, let's go. So yeah, Doctor Strange, we're not going to watch anything and see what kind of experience we'll have.
It's going to be really hard
once
for people
we watch
not
it.
to like try and show us pictures and shit of that.
Don't be arseholes. But yeah, like, we'll walk into it. Also, yeah.
What if it happens in a movie we're in?
Like a trailer? Like my mate, when he goes into... He doesn't watch fucking trailers.
Even in the theater? He just looks down?
He looks
You
down.
just leave the theater?
What?
Doctor Strange trailer goes on, you just get up
I will just close my eyes and my ears
You'll
and just...
hear it.
Literally,
That's so tight though.
What's up?
Everybody's gonna be like, what the fuck is Chap doing? Oh, man.
I would just cover my eyes and my ears and not see the whole
I wish you guys could see the thing that he just did to his head. Because I feel like I've never seen anyone do that before. That's dope. That's the best.
That's sick.
I've never done this.
Really? That's how you do it.
Life. It's so effective.
What's up?
It's so
it's pretty effective, dude.
Yeah, it really covers all the bases at once.
That's
I've
exactly
never done it that way.
It's not super secure.
Yeah, the things that you learn later on in life.
It's amazing.
If I had that tool, so many ignores would have happened.
Oh, it's actually even more so if you put these things.
How do you do your eyes at the same time now?
Yeah, that's the same thing. We lost track of the band.
We really did. We really did. But, you know, I think we named quite a few.
We did. I mean, we've got Joker. That's already said. We got Harley. Said. Alfred. We got the main ones, it seems.
Right.
We just need, obviously, like, the Graysons.
And
Jason Todd.
if Jason Todd is played by Zack Snyder's kid, that means they have no intention of keeping him in the movie, right?
Yeah.
They're probably not going to do Red Hood if it's his kid.
No.
Unless he's just like, here's an acting career, kid.
You're very
So
young for
why-
Red Hood. He seems really young for Red Hood.
How young is he?
He's not old.
I feel like
I
he.
thought it was like late teens. or
That
some
suit
shit.
looked like a teenager-sized suit.
I thought it was like late teens.
Yeah, if he's old enough for that, he could be Red Hood. How old is Red Hood when he comes back?
I thought he was maybe like 23 or some shit.
So does he ages as a dead guy?
He didn't die straight away. Well, because he was resurrected straight away, remember? On the story.
Like Lazarus Pit?
Yeah.
And then just kept
Kept alive, yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Comics.
Comic books are weird, man.
Seriously though, Court of Owls. Fucking sweet.
If they do it, I will watch it.
That'd be
If they
so
do the
good.
Batman Hulkbuster scene out of that, where he uses the big robot to fight everything, I'd be fine.
I just want to see him do detective shit.
Yeah.
That's all he needs, man.
Yeah.
Please just show him being a detective.
And hopefully they do it the way where like Batman's smart, not like Batman just has a computer
Technology.
that knows everything.
It's like work out my shit button.
Yeah. Here's a crime scene. Boop, bop, boop, boop. Oh, the crime solved. Here you
I
go.
want him
Batman.
to look around and see like the ground, so
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. Calculation.
Someone stepped in this poop, and this poop is 82 degrees. That means this dog knows jujitsu. Or whatever.
That's perfect.
Whatever Batman does.
I heard those 70s sound effects.
Right.
Right after you said that.
You got it, you figured
That's why it worked well in my head.
Yeah, because Batman's the best, dude. He figures it all out.
But
I want to see that, though. I want to be like, him lick a thing and be like,
just like touch the wall and like look at the ground. Like actually do shit
Yeah,
to make
do
it look like
detective
he's
work.
doing something.
dust some prints, my nigga.
Something, right?
Something.
Or like, is he so G'd up that he just kind of puts his hand on his chin, looks around a little bit and goes blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I predicted everything.
Batman. All right. I guess I figured it out.
Yeah. I guess I'm Batman.
Do you want him to do like Sherlock Holmes, like deduction kind of
No, I hated that.
where
in
it
the
like
movies.
zooms in.
I
it's
hated that in
This
those
guy's
movies.
fucking pocket is blue. This guy's fucking pocket is red.
I always hated those parts in those fucking Sherlock
You
movies.
didn't like that?
It always bothered me. Because I'm like, okay, I understand Sherlock Holmes is a brilliant detective.
Yeah.
That's just kind of a super ability that he has there. Because he's kind of freezing time.
Right.
Are they saying that his mind works so incredibly fast
Yeah.
that everything is slow?
Yeah.
Time doesn't still work that way. Who the fuck is he explaining shit
he
to?
thinks it's so fast in his mind.
You don't have to show it. Just fucking show him doing this shit.
Right. And then, in the movie, do they do it slow first and then,
They do it fast first and then they show it again in slow.
and he explains it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
To nobody.
To no one.
That's why I find it bizarre. I'm like,
You don't think it's just us
He's
hearing what he was thinking?
no, that's dumb. Because it's like he was explaining it to somebody.
Right.
Like, oh, I would do this because so and so. I'm like, you already know that why you're doing it.
This dude's knuckles are pink, so I'm gonna duck to the left and punch his testicle one time.
Exactly, that was it.
One time to the right, and then uppercut his buck-toothed nose.
Yeah, I never really liked those parts of the Sherlock movies, so I don't.
What? You don't want him to do that, but what else do you want him to do other than dust for prints? What is your hope for Batman's detective work?
Like backtracking shit.
Like in the games, they do this thing where he can like kind of rewind time.
Yeah, do that.
With
Like
holograms.
Yeah, I was gonna say kind of like the profiler type shit.
Right.
You look around and like, they do more detective work in those fucking detective shows,
Right,
I
the
guess, because they're
CSI
detective
type
shows,
shit.
right? Do some CSI shit.
Yeah.
You're Batman, dude. You're a fucking super detective. Show some detectives.
Yeah. See, like in the games, in the new game, he does some CSI type stuff. You have to investigate some dead bodies or whatever. But it's all like him scanning the body with tech and going like, oh, there's an abrasion on her nipple. Fucking, it's
a breakdown on a nipple.
Right. It's a lotus flower tattoo and it's made of milk. Or something. So all of it's the computer, just him looking at it through the computer.
That's not really detective.
Yeah, it's not like him like,
Or like him noticing stuff. I
Right.
understand that. Like the whole Sherlock thing. It's not that I don't really consider that detective skills.
Right.
Like, it's more of observation. Observation is detective.
Like if he walks in a room and he just lists off things, like he notices all this shit immediately.
I appreciate that.
That's better. That's a better
like how they handled it in the Sherlock show, where he does that stuff.
Right.
You know, it's not like someone's gonna push me. I'm gonna avoid it. Like, oh, because of the fucking angle.
Right.
Garbage.
Because the angle.
Because the angle of my face to that, it missed me by like a fraction.
Right.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
It's like if I punch him in his blah blah blah, he's gonna fall. I'm like, you know this. Who are you talking?
Punches windpipe.
Just fucking do it.
He will not strike.
That's exactly. I'm like, he knows exactly what every move does and where it does. So why the hell?
Is he thinking it?
Yeah, that makes no sense to me.
Right.
It seems so
I guess
stupid.
I never really thought about it while I was watching it.
That's why it bothered me. Because I was watching, I'm like, who's he talking to? Like, who's he explaining this shit to? The viewers, okay. But he has to say it in a specific way he's talking.
Right.
In a British accent, which is not natural to him as well.
Alright. Does it bother you, his accent?
He was fine. I don't like that aspect. Everyone's like, man, but they're great films, you know, Guy Ritchie's a great... It's like, the films were fun.
Films are fine. I think the soundtrack is great, and I think Watson is great.
Jude Law's Watson, fucking excellent.
Jude Law's Watson is Watson to me.
That's exact. Also, I actually liked his character more than fucking Holmes in the film, so that's not a good sign. It's not really a good sign.
I think it kind of is, because I think Watson's supposed to be the likable one.
He was
Holmes
really
is supposed
likable,
to be
though.
the douche.
He was really likable in that. I guess because he was such a super douche. Or just, I don't know. But yeah.
To me, like, I like that in the BBC Sherlock.
Yeah.
It's more like Asperger's almost.
Yes.
Whereas in the Sherlock Guy Ritchie ones, it's more just arrogance.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between the two.
Maybe. I don't like the arrogance,
man. The ignorance to people's emotions version.
I like that.
BC. I like that because it seems more real.
Yeah, definitely. Like not being aware, whereas just being.
Whereas the Sherlock one, where he's an arrogant, it's more like
you're a prick. You know what you're doing.
It's more like period piece Tony Stark.
Exactly. That's why it was essentially that.
Yeah.
The whole calculating stuff. I'm like, that's deductions. But it's instantaneous deduction just through observation. It's a little crazy. Like they didn't even have the fact that you don't have a moment to think.
Yeah.
Seems a little too unrealistic to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I get that he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. Or maybe that's Batman. I don't know.
Right. But is that what we want out of Batman? Is more do we want him to have Asperger's?
Essentially, dude, he's crazy.
Right, he's a
like
crazy
Bruce
person.
is a madman.
Definitely. But how much do we want it to feel like that? Do we want the Batman to feel
as
unsettled?
Batman, I don't care how you feel.
Right.
As Bruce, you have to be Bruce. You know what I'm saying? That's not the same person to me. So even as Batman,
Bruce has to be two.
That's true.
Things.
But Batman's also a fucking weirdo. Like he wants to protect his family.
Right.
But he also is pushing him away and this. So he is a social weirdo.
Right. Definitely.
Because that's just
also,
one dude.
You know, I think that face that you make fun of that Affleck does in the trailer, where he's got his eyes real big or whatever.
Yeah. Or he's just like really subtle shakes.
Right. I think that's him as Batman outside the suit.
Yeah.
It's like
I know. I fucking know. I know it is. Or it's almost like if I had my fucking suit on right now, I'd fucking
But I want to know what his Bruce the Playboy is like. Because we're gonna see it.
I don't think we'll see much of it, dude.
He has the whole ballroom.
I still think, but because he's old and kind of over it, I think he'll play it up. But he'll play it as an older man, not as a full-on playboy, but more like I'm kind of past my prime, but I can still score.
Right. I'm swap, but
I'm still exactly. I'm that guy now.
Interesting. But I really want to see how that works because I want to see how different Affleck plays the two characters.
Unless he's like. Fucking Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, so,
we went around a lot.
We did, but I do want to see the Detective Bruce.
I want to see Detective Bruce.
Batman. I'm really excited about that concept. How did we get to that?
This was the Batman casting.
Wow, yeah, we did go roundabout. What else are you expecting out of Batman,
Out of the Batman, I want it to follow through in the story. I don't want it to tell, like, if they're not going to retell...
What do you want him to sound
Who?
Batman. Because he's not going to have that electronic voice thing. The vocoder thing.
I don't even care if he just sounds like Ben Affleck.
If he's just going, hey guys.
No.
I'm Ben Affleck.
Does he sound like that?
No, he doesn't really. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? She's like, I don't know, I'm bored. These are things. Anyway.
How do I want Bruce Wayne to sound?
How do you want Batman to sound?
Batman to sound. I want him to sound like Bruce Wayne.
Just like a normal dude?
I guess. I don't know.
That's not very scary.
Give him that. Give him that electronic voice.
You think so?
Yeah. Just deepen it.
Fucking.
You're like, see, that sounds like you deepening your voice. I'm talking about an actual, the real thing.
Do you bleed thing?
Kind of, yeah. Just make it clear, but make it distinct.
Do you think that's what he'll sound like all the time, or that's just for that Hulkbuster?
It might just be for the Superman fucking power suit.
You think so? But why would that thing just change his voice?
I don't know, dude. And also, because he's already faced him, it's not like, oh, I wonder who this chap is.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
He looked like Batman, but he's covered in a tin can.
I think he's got to always sound
I think he always sounds like that, yeah.
I like that better, though.
Yeah, that he sounds like that always?
Yeah,
I do too. And it's funny, because it's like, alright, he's not going to recognize who I am. I reckon Clark knows who the fuck he is.
Instantly. He's got extra vision.
He's like, dude, come on. I know you are.
Right.
Like, you probably figured out who I am as well.
Or lead in the mask. He's got the one.
Yeah, the pride of the mask.
Well, I mean, if he's super prepared Batman.
No, he had lead then. Because it was like, oh, I'm going to protect myself now. But that was the second. I reckon that's the second time they meet.
Well, yeah, it's definitely not the first time.
Nah.
But you don't think he can have lead in the black mask?
Sure, he can, but who knows if that's even affecting.
It's true. I don't know if they've really...
Also, the voice. Even if the voice is like, I'm going to muffle my voice, make it deep and stuff. Superman.
Right, that's again why I don't think it's for him. I think he just always fucking sounds.
Yeah, he
that's
always.
What Batman sounds like.
Yeah. But then Clark is like, I'm fucking superhero, bro.
Yeah.
Your tones, everything. Your fucking breathing pattern I can follow. I know, it's your smell.
Mm.
Like, I know that sounds, ooh, that's creepy. I'm like, dude, I'm Superman. I can smell literally, the faintest of molecules.
And he's like, and I hate it, by the way.
Yeah, it's awful.
He gives the Agent Smith speech about smell.
Oh, yeah. Everywhere.
Yeah. I can taste it.
He's such a great villain.
He is a great villain. I want something like that. He should be in one of these again.
How about if he was J. Jonah Jameson?
No, he's already Red Skull.
I know.
They need to bring him back as Red Skull. Yeah, so, I don't know, man. What do you...
The Batman voice, man. Seriously, just give him a demon voice.
Yeah, I want it.
Electronic,
sound like a demon all the time.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be the boogeyman.
If Oliver Queen can do it,
boogeyman.
let Batman do it.
Exactly. And if Oliver Queen can do it properly first, instead of just making my voice sound like this. It's much better.
I'm the Batman.
Batman.
I was a man. Now I'm a bat.
No, I'm a bat.
I love it.
Pete Holmes now, what a clown.
Yeah, they should cameo him in the movie somewhere.
That would be so fucking great. You would love it as well, because he's a comic fan.
Yeah, he would. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, so yeah. I think that pretty much covers everything.
It's a long episode, this one.
It will be a long one, but that's alright. There's a lot to cut out, I think.
Is there?
I'm pretty sure that there is. This episode, I don't know, we're only at an hour and 7. There's easily 7 minutes to cut out of that thing.
Maybe it was.
But that's not including the first 15 minutes we
yeah,
recorded.
that's why.
But, I mean, easily that...
We'll see. We'll listen through.
Anyway, for now, that is a wrap episode on this episode.
18.
So we will see you on the next one. Until then, stay chips, chips. Get up. We are recording right now to see what it sounds like when we talk at a regular volume that is acceptable.
Regular volume. This is
This is us talking about Spider-Man, and yeah, it should be made out of Legos because fuck David Schwimmer. David Schwimmer.
But see, when you said David Schwimmer, I imagine Jason Biggs.
Wow. I bet he appreciates that.
Which one of them?
David Schwimmer. Well, either one of them. I'm
like
sure
that
Jason Biggs is like, David Schwimmer. I think it's like 40 years old.
David Schwimmer. That's what he sounds like.
Isn't that what Jason Biggs sounds like?
Maybe.
I'm Leonardo.
Not anymore, actually.